Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, hello. We're so glad you could be here with us today. We have a great show in store for you. Another wonderful business that's here, thriving here in Indian River County. So very excited. This is Lori Davis, the Lori Davis Show. I am your realtor for life, working with Dale Sorensen Real Estate, been doing it for a long time. I always say that real estate and selling real estate is not about condominiums, and it's not about homes and brick and mortar. It's about the lifestyle. And the reason why these people are coming to Indian River County is because of what we have to offer in lifestyle. And there are so many wonderful things about our county. Actually, our guest today is originally from Indian River County and has a lineage here, all the way back to a great-grandfather. So I love to have those people in town. They have such great insights. What is real estate? Now, one of the things I always tell people, and, you know, we've got people coming from New York, we got people coming from New Jersey, we got people coming from Chicago and California. Real estate is local. Okay, so they're coming from their markets. They think they know what's going on. The reason why you need a realtor is because we can make it very, very local for you. Depending on what it is that you want, we have certain markets that meet the needs of these clients. Definitely the beachside market, we know, is different than the mainland market. Right? Some people want ag land, and then they want to live on that land. Some people just want to be in a residential part of town. Some people want to be closer into town. Some people, like our guest, find it really, really nice to find just a lot of land out west of town that they can live in, that they can love, and that they've, grown up with and are very familiar with. And we can provide all that here in Indian River County. What I'd like to do is talk about Dale Sorensen Real Estate by the numbers. We always talk about what Dale Sorensen is doing here in town. Year to date, $483 million in real estate sold. That's just Dale Sorensen Real Estate. That is 19.2% of the market share. Yeah, you're getting good on that button, Cindy. Yeah, you're getting so much better on that. I love that. And Cindy, welcome to the show.
Oh, my pleasure.
How was your week this week? And I can go on to, because then the next one's another broker. Who cares about them?
Well, we might.
I know. We'll give it to them. I'm going to give them their props.
Yeah, give them their props. Yeah. I'm having a busy week.
Have you?
My Ian and my Lucas are moving.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're moving to Texas.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. These guys are just a rolling stone.
Well, that's the job he has.
I know.
So one of these days he's going to light in a place before they go to school.
Now, where are they right now?
They're in Texas. He's in Texas.
Oh, okay. So they've already gone.
Yeah, Midland, Texas.
So that's it. They were done. Have you ever been to Midland, Texas?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
I have.
Yeah,
it's really in the middle of nowhere.
Yep,
that's the place where you find all of those
the UFOs.
Yeah, the derricks, I guess they call them. Yeah. I went to Midland, Odessa. I had a business appointment there, and here again I am this woman in the mid-'80s. I was telling this to our guest today. There's a lot of they weren't used to corporate women out in the country, and I could roll it up, and they were like, "What are you doing here, you little lady?" And I was like, "Well, I've got some things I want to sell you." Just thank God I was always with somebody else that would take you into the actual person that was purchasing in these restaurants, because it was a Quaker Oats company. But anyway, Midland, Odessa is a fabulous place. I don't know if you'll be visiting anytime soon. They may be coming this way to come back to Vero to visit you. What do you think with the kids?
They're not going to come back here soon that I know of, but you never know what's going to happen with that group.
I know. And then you got a vacation coming up.
I'm going to Montana. I was just planning on that in Alberta. Yeah. Calgary, Alberta.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been to a bunch of the places there before, but not Alberta. And my girlfriend lives in Edmonton, so we're going to Calgary and kind of meeting in Calgary with my daughter.
Super.
Yeah, and she does beer, so a perfect talk for this show.
Yes,
but it's beer.
Yes.
It's different. Yeah.
Yes, because liquor is the topic of the day
today.
That is. I can't wait to get there. Anyway, the next closest broker has $357 million. That's we are over $100 million more sold year to date than the next closest broker. They're at 14.2%. And Indian River County, there's been $2.5 billion in residential real estate sold this year to date in Indian River County. It's a lot. It's a lot. Last year I went to the full year was 3.6 billion. I can't believe there's 160,000 people in our county.
Yeah.
That's everybody.
It is.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of real estate.
Cha-ching.
But that's why you need to have somebody that can do real estate, that knows what they're doing. If it's not me, somebody at Dale Sorensen Real Estate can help you with that. Citrus Grill House, they normally provide us with a cocktail, but today the cocktails are on my guest. Thank you, Citrus Grill House. We do love you. 1050 Easter Lily Lane. Go there. They're fabulous. They're open Monday to Saturday. They're open for lunch and dinner. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. We love those guys over there, right next to Humiston Park, right on the ocean. It's so beautiful. You can even go over there now when it's hot outside. They have fans and stuff. But it's still brilliant. So anyway, go on over to Citrus. Tell Chef Scott if you can find him. I always give him a hard time. Anyway, just tell them that Lori Davis sent you. So thanks. All right. So today we take a slightly different approach to the beverage of the day. I'd like to introduce my guest. He and his wife are the proprietors of Indian River Distillery. They're the team of Randy and May Hooker. They wanted to make spirits here in Indian River County that were local and enjoyed by those who appreciate a crafted spirit. Ray Hooker, welcome to the show, also known as Big Papa.
Big Papa.
Welcome, Big Papa.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
You know, I mean, obviously you got to hear the rap song with a Big Papa. If I had, I'm going to send that to you. Okay, you're going to hear. I know you would never know that because that you taking one look at you. That's just not on your playlist. I know, but it's very sweet. Tell us the history of Indian River Distillery. We were talking about that before we started.
Specifically, Indian River Distillery, the idea started 2014, 2015.
Wow. Okay.
We started doing a little bit of market research and figured out that there was nothing like that around.
Nothing.
Within hundreds of miles of here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of work, and the laws didn't really favor craft distilleries back then, so we shelved it for a little while.
Okay.
2016, we started getting a little bit more serious about it. We had another business, which was a pest control and landscaping business. We thought, this is running pretty good. We can do both of them.
Yeah.
No. You dilute yourself too much.
Yeah.
So that's when we started trying to optimize our business for sale and did that. And after COVID, it was November of 21, our business sold.
Yes.
And we've been going like crazy ever since. We were about 18 months before we could get it open.
Right.
With, finding the location, actually changing the zoning laws in our county and in our city to allow us to do that.
You would have to. And now there is another gentleman who we know, who I'm sure you're familiar with,
Sure,
Jeff. Yeah, fantastic. I mean, everybody's going to group together to support each other here because it's a fabulous idea.
We're building an industry.
You are building an industry.
We're building a new industry.
For sure, for sure. Well, let's taste this beverage that you brought us today because I'm so excited. This is absolutely the most delicious thing. It's really cool and refreshing. He mixed it back in our kitchen here at the studio. Tell us what we're tasting here today.
You asked me right as I drank mine.
I'm sorry. That's okay, Big Papa.
You timed it that way.
That's it. Just take your time. We got all the time in the world.
So what do you think of it, Lori? No.
I think it's fabulous. No, it's kind of lemony and it's
a whiskey sour, which is one of the classic cocktails, but we do our own little spin.
I've never tasted whiskey sour this good in my life. Well, trust me. I'm telling you, because I don't. They always pour that powder in there, that fake stuff.
Oh no! You can't do it. Sour mix. No, that's
simple
fresh
syrup.
Simple syrup. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's fresh squeezed lemon juice, egg white, our corn whiskey, and shake it and.
What is the orange? It's just a slice of orange?
Just a slice of orange. I thought it was pretty, so I put it on there.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Dehydrated orange.
Now, you said something about corn whiskey.
Corn whiskey.
Now, there's another term for that. I guess if you're not paying your taxes, they call it moonshine. That's what Cindy informed us. If you don't pay your taxes, it's moonshine. So tell us about the Ashley Gang moonshine story.
Okay, so I probably should do my marketing a little bit of a favor and say that is the notorious Ashley Gang moonshine corn whiskey that you're drinking.
Yeah, and I love it. It's fabulous.
And the notorious Ashley Gang, if you're not familiar with it, is a local story. I've heard it since I was growing growing up, the Ashley Gang was a group of bandits or folk heroes, whatever, depending on what side of the law you were on, that's what you called them.
I call them heroes. I like those guys.
And they moved up and down the state of Florida. They cooked moonshine in the woods. They did rum running. The period that the Ashley Gang was running the state of Florida, out-of-state booze completely stopped and rum running completely stopped for those years in Florida. Because
they stopped it?
They stopped it. They only wanted booze that was made in Florida during those Prohibition times.
Okay. And they were able to muscle their way to make that happen?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So these guys were tough.
You're not familiar with early Floridians, are you? Okay.
No. I love this story.
So the John Ashley and the Ashley Gang had a little bit of a tiff going on with the sheriff of then Palm Beach County. And they would go back and forth. He had been in jail a few times. He broke out of jail, and he would provoke the sheriff and make him look bad.
Right.
So the sheriff found that the Ashley Gang was heading up US 1, and the story was they were going to rob a bank in Jacksonville, but he just got word that they were headed up there. They set up an ambush at the bridge and handcuffed the Ashley Gang, and somehow somebody got a hold of a gun. And they were shot there at the bridge going across the St. Sebastian River.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, they were all killed right there.
Oh, here in Indian River County?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And the bridge isn't in the same place now, but if you look at an aerial, you can see where the old bridge used to go across. It's a piece of residential property now. So they were all killed right there, brought back up to Stewart, and they laid their bodies out for everybody.
Photography. Yeah, because they wanted to show they were tough guys and got the bad guys.
We got the bad guys. We got the bandits. But when you really start reading up, there was a lot of stories of when somebody would need something in Florida, a bag of money would show up on their porch, or food would show up, and things like that. It was kind of a Robin Hood type thing. And we think that their rebellious nature shaped some of the rebellious nature that Florida has now.
Yeah.
And a quick story, our grand opening.
Yes.
There was a fellow.
Which was when? When did you
March 11th. March 11th.
Of this year?
Of this year.
2023.
Yeah,
Okay.
We've been open 5 months.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And there was a fellow sitting at the corner of the bar, and he had a couple of bottles of the notorious Ashley Gang moonshine corn whiskey. He had a big smile on his face and told me how glad he was that we were doing this. And obviously, looking at him, I knew he was a Florida boy. We kind of know each other when we see us.
Yeah.
And he introduced himself, and his name was Ray Lynn. And he is his grandfather was the second guy over on the label in the notorious Ashley Gang. He was one of the guys that was killed at the Sebastian River Bridge. It was his grandfather.
Unbelievable.
And he said, I'm so glad you're telling this story. A lot of people have forgotten about this. They forgot about the good. They forgot about the bad. And you're just highlighting the history. Yeah, and that's what I was speaking with you about earlier, that we want to highlight all of the different local history that we have.
Absolutely. There's so much of it. You just don't realize.
There really is.
So, and which is why I love this radio show and bringing people on like you, because you know, everything's an education to me. I've been here 23 years and I'd never heard that.
You're a newbie.
So, I know, right? I know. 23 years, the longest I've ever lived anywhere. I'm a Rolling Stone. So, but this is now my home, and I absolutely love it, and I love what you're doing. So you mentioned, is the Ashley Gang on the label of that?
Absolutely.
Corn whiskey? Okay,
absolutely.
You said he's the second guy from the left?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All of the mug shots are crossed on the label. And
isn't that cool? Yeah. Now, so let's lead that into, if you go to Indian River Distillery, which is located at
3308 Aviation Boulevard,
which is at the corner of
Airport Road and Aviation Boulevard.
Okay, because Aviation, that's the one where you go down to Flight Safety, or if you're going down to Dodgertown, okay, that's Aviation Boulevard, and then there's Airport Boulevard. So it's right there. It's kind of nondescript. It's a metal kind of butler-looking building. It's got a yellow band above the top. They are the corner location there. So don't forget it when you're going by. That's what you're looking for. Is there a light there?
There is light.
There is a light
there is
right
light,
there.
absolutely.
And there's a gas station.
It's the light that goes to CJ Cannon's.
All right. Okay. Good. Now, you sell bottles you can sell still? Yeah.
So we're a manufacturer, and what they've done a year and a half ago is they've allowed the craft distillery industry to start thriving. They've changed a few of the laws. Florida's a 3-tier distribution state. So historically, after Prohibition, you had to separate out alcohol sales into the 3 tiers, which would be the manufacturer, the distributor, and the retailer.
Okay.
All the way through. So it could not pass between one of those tiers without going to the other one.
Okay.
But being that the state wanted to start a craft distillery industry like they've done with the craft beer industry,
Yes.
is they've allowed craft distilleries who are manufacturers to sell bottles from their tasting room and cocktails of products that they produce.
Okay.
So we thought, we don't want to be the biggest distillery in the state.
No.
We don't want to be the biggest distillery in Florida or in our area.
Yeah.
We just want to do really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we built a low overhead facility that, as long as the community supports us, we'll be just fine. And we
Yeah.
can pay our bills and we can still do really cool stuff.
Yeah.
We don't have to do 10,000 cases a month of the same bourbon that everybody else is doing.
Right.
We can do neat things.
Yeah. So are the things that you're doing, because it's craft. So like if you're into
Absolutely.
craft beer, not a lot of people know craft spirits.
Mm-hmm.
They're unique and flavored to your proprietary blend.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And you're doing, there's rum, whiskey.
Right
I mean,
now,
tell us what you've got.
Right now we have vodka.
Okay.
We have corn whiskey.
Yeah. I'm a big
We
fan
have
right now.
rum.
Yeah.
And we have a bourbon that we bought a couple of barrels in right now. We're calling that Not Our Whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Because a big trend in the craft spirits market nationwide is somebody starting a brand and buying a bunch of barrels from a big distillery and saying, hey, look, this is what I did.
And it's not true.
That's not true.
Okay.
It's not true.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to try to fool people into thinking that the bourbon that we were selling is ours. It's not.
No.
It's not. We bought barrels from other places.
So you had something to serve.
So we had something to serve.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
So we could keep the light on.
Yeah.
Right now we're stuffing bourbon and we're stuffing whiskey and I'm stuffing single malt into barrels.
Yeah.
And as soon as it comes out, we'll serve that.
Right. So that's something that comes down the road because obviously it needs to age and do whatever.
And we don't know how long because there's no set time.
There's no recipe?
There's no recipe. There's never been a distillery in our climate before. We can
yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
We can guess, but we don't know for sure. So
Okay.
I have to taste those barrels pretty regularly, and we're
Good
not
for you.
we're not
Somebody's got to do that.
so it's
Somebody's
a
gotta
terrible
do it.
job. It's terrible.
I'm thinking of a second career here.
But then if I had to make the same bourbon or the same whiskey that everybody else makes day after day, I really wouldn't want to do that. We're doing really cool stuff, and
Yeah.
we're working with the partners around us in the community, the other breweries, and talking with them and just thinking of cool stuff we can do.
Yeah.
I have a 5-gallon barrel of, I'm going to call it Old Bureau Plantation brandy.
Okay. Ooh.
It's super expensive. I'd
Yeah.
like to do more of it, but
Sure.
I really can't. But we've got 60 gallons, 65 gallons of Valencia orange juice from Shack Groves.
Okay.
And we made wine out of that and turned that into brandy.
Wow.
So
And
we
at
have-
some point that will be ready
that will
to
come
taste.
out this year.
It
Yeah.
will.
Mhm.
Okay. We need to know when that comes out.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a great thing.
It's
Hey, listen,
expensive. 'Cause orange juice is expensive.
Yeah, it is. That's okay. That's all right. That's all right. It's a luxury item.
It is,
It's a
absolutely.
luxury item,
Absolutely.
and people today are willing to pay for luxury. We've all gone through COVID. We're done with that. We're like, I'm going to live. I'm not going to save. I mean, you got to save. Anyway, we pay for this with commercials. I need to go to a commercial break, and then we'll be right back with Big Papa, also known as Ray Hooker from Indian River Distillery. See you in a minute.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
This summer's a great time to pack up the family and explore new frontiers in a Sun Camper RV. Our prices are hotter than the sun, and right now you can take advantage of wholesale pricing on all new Sun Camper RVs. That's right, all of our top quality, fully equipped RVs, 30 to 35% below retail. School's out, the great outdoors are calling. Save 30 to 35% on all new Sun Camper RVs. Your summer adventure starts at Sun Camper RV.
Hello, this is Carol Jean Jordan, your tax collector here in Indian River County. All of our offices are scheduling appointments for in-office services, but you can get that little yellow sticker quicker by using our Express Lane. It's fast, convenient, and free when you pay with an e-check. Renew your registration on our website and select Pick Up at the Tax Collector's Office. Order before 3 p.m. and you can pick up your little yellow sticker on the same day. Order at irctax.com. That's irctax.com.
Blue Dolphin Pools strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
I don't know. Do we want to hear that story on the radio? Anyway, no, we're going to talk about the tasting room that you have there. Because it's not just a little bar, it's a tasting room, and you can actually tour in the back, right?
We can do tours, sure.
Tell us a little bit about that.
The tours?
The tours, the tasting room, both of them.
Well, we're a production facility, so send me an email or call, and we'll schedule it, and we can come out and do a tour at any time. I have 24 I'm doing a tour for next week. I do tours for 2 or 3 people here or there, so any groups. We have a book club that's going to meet there next week also.
That's so
They got tired of reading, and they wanted some cocktails.
I know, right? So, no book club's good without cocktails.
We have an 1,800 square foot tasting room, and right now phase 1 is 2,500 square feet of production area, which is more than we need for what we're doing.
Okay.
Eventually we'll have over 5,000 square feet of production area and just use the rest of the building for that.
Okay, so when I was there, it was kind of like at the bar. Most people were at the bar, and there were tables up there, but I saw you going back.
Sure.
Into that's where production is.
That's production, yes, correct.
Okay, and where's the tasting room?
The tasting, you were in the tasting room.
Oh, so that is
You're calling it a
considered
bar, I call it a tasting room.
Tasting room. I didn't know, but no, there were barrels set up, and tables around that.
Tables,
so
yep.
Now, when there's a tasting and you're doing a tasting room, can the public come in?
Sure, absolutely,
okay.
absolutely.
So
yeah.
you can have you can come and schedule it, and
you can come into our tasting
down.
room anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime we're open. Our hours are on our website. They're on our Facebook page. You can come anytime and get a craft cocktail. Everything is made from scratch.
Yes.
We make all of our spirits from scratch. We make all of our mixers from scratch. All of our everything. We hand squeeze all of our juices. We make all of our own. We make our own cola. We make our own ginger beer.
It's so good.
Our top selling cocktail is the Ray's Perfect Old Fashioned.
Ray's Perfect Old Fashioned.
And they call it that way because I was such a pain in the ass about the way I wanted it made. And they said, well, what are we going to call this? We'll call it Ray's Perfect Old Fashioned. And I said, great, that's exactly what we'll call it.
I love it. I love it. Thank you very much.
2-to-1, we sell that cocktail more than everything else.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. Yep. Well, I have a copy of the menu, and if you go on the Facebook page, Indian River Distillery, you can find a copy of this menu. Okay. Now, so what I just figured out, because even with my college degree, there's one line. These are the rum drinks. The middle is the moonshine, the corn whiskey drinks. This side is the bourbon, even though Ray's bourbon, even though it's not, they don't make it, but they're getting ready. They're working on it. And then the last one on the back are the vodkas. So, and again, very, very creative. I remember when I was there, I had bourbon and bees, which I like the bee's knees, which is a gin cocktail, but it's that with the lemon juice and the honey syrup, but with bourbon. Okay, so and like today, on the menu it says moonshine whiskey, and of course we like that because it all sounds very sexy and cute. But it's really the corn whiskey that they're making, which I was wondering if you had a bottle of that at home, you can make almost every cocktail with that, right?
Lots.
Yeah, like as a clear cocktail, like a vodka or something like that, or
there's a lot of flavor in that to be making a vodka drink with. It's very corn forward. It tastes like buttered movie popcorn or sweet cream corn. So it is
sweet. It is sweet. I wondered what was sweet in the drink. Yeah. Thank you so much, Big Papa Ray Hooker, for being here. We really appreciate you being here. Go by to Indian River Distillery over there on Aviation Boulevard at Airport Boulevard. You guys, please be careful. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Be safe. And go over and enjoy some craft cocktails at Indian River Distillery. Thanks for coming, guys. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming, Ray.
Yeah.